Is everyone having fun? Please be seated. Good morning. My name is Glenn Berger, and I am the chair of the Vermont Graduate School Board of Trustees. On behalf of the board, I'd like to welcome everyone here on this truly beautiful Vermont Day, Vermont Law Graduate School's 50th Commencement. It's my pleasure to introduce members of the Board of Trustees who are seated here on the platform. They are an extremely dedicated and hard-working group who take seriously their responsibilities to governance and direction of the school. And they are excited to be present today to share this wonderful day with all of you. These behind the trustees are the members of our esteemed faculty. They are an outstanding group of educators and scholars whose hard work bears fruit today. And last, but certainly not least, I would like to recognize our extremely dedicated staff, without whom we wouldn't be where we are today. Let's give a round of applause for everyone. Before I introduce our first speaker, I would like to address the graduation class. There is a very significant milestone in your life and careers. It's the day that you will look back on with a great deal of fondness and happy memories. I'm sure you've already realized Vermont Graduate School is and always has been a unique place. In fact, today, we are celebrating a major milestone in the history of VLGS. The 50th anniversary of the first graduating class from Vermont Law School in 1976. I'm thrilled to be able to say the class of 1978, the first class graduate. Way back then, there was no Cornell Law Library, no State Center, no legal clinic, no food service, no fitness center, and on occasion, not even enough desks to go around. But like today, VLS had already adopted the value of community, entrepreneurship, and individualism. And being located in Soho made it a special place for me and my classmates. I began my education in VLS in 1975, my 51-year anniversary since I first attended VLS. It was hard to believe. When I graduated in 1978, the world and our nation were very different places than they are today. You were graduating in a country which deeply divided, and in a serious threat of losing some of the fundamental legal rights and principles that have guided the United States for over 250 years. The good news is we now have to fight back and try to save democracy, protect the Constitution and Bill of Rights, and uphold the freedoms that define who we are as a nation. Now it is incumbent upon all of us to speak up and resist our and our leaders uphold the principles of the Constitution and the rule of law. As a trustee for many years, I have attended numerous ELS and ELGS graduations. I've always been struck by how happy and excited everyone is. And today is no different. On behalf of the 22 members of the Board of Trustees, I offer our heartfelt congratulations to you and your families. You did it. I wish you good luck and all the best in your future endeavors. At this time, I would like all of us to share a moment of silence to remember members of the LGS community who are passed. Student Neil Chatterjee passed several years ago. This would have been his graduating class. Professor Pamela Vesselin, former trustee Bob Fisk, and former trustee Gerald Jones. Thank you. As part of our celebration of the 70th anniversary of our first graduating class, we invited Jay Lumikoff, the JD class of 1976, to speak today. Jay grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and he was a 1973 graduate of the University of Vermont. He was in the very first class starting in 1973 and graduating in 1976. Since then, Jay has had a very varied career and exciting life. He started as a Manhattan assistant district attorney and then became a partner at major national law firms representing everyone from corporations to professional athletes, and even helped create the Florida Marlins baseball team. He was inducted into the Litigation Council of America, an honor reserved for just half of 1% of American lawyers. Also chaired the One Heart Worldwide for 16 years, a maternal and infant health organization founded at the request of the Dalai Lama. That work took all over the world, to Tibet, as well as Toronto, to the Ecuadorian country. He sometimes makes these things. One climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, jumped out of the plane with a parachute on boat. This is a player of wild Mustangs. Amazing. This is the best part. He's part of Elton John to the Oscars. And this speech is from the political candidates. After a career full of courtroom battles and global adventures, Jay now writes screenplays full time. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Jay Lumikoff, class of 1976.
Congratulate your class of 2026 for all you have achieved and all that you will achieve from this day forward. Professor David Firestone, attended with Buddhism, profound gratitude, deepest respect. You earned it, David. You over half a century of students whose lives you have touched. I arrived in Vermont in 1968. He came from Brooklyn to play football at the university. We dreamed of Brooklyn, not my block. In Vermont, I found this extended forest of white pine spruce, big sugar trees, emerald green mountains, green cows grazing, pastoral pastures. Vermont is my heaven on earth. As long as I can remember, I wanted to become a lawyer. I went out to law school in the state. Wyndham. And series, the Roman goddess of agriculture, fertility, mother love, who graces the golden dome of the State House of Montpelier, shines my life in South royalty. Could it be a blossom? Is this Vermont Hamlet?
whispering their way back across the town to read. What time? In the Columbia area, very angry in the mountains, but the rocks were not after me. When the visitors were 13, we didn't get what to expect. We certainly did not receive in our law, for the volunteers in law and graduate school. Most eventually institution graduate not only lawyers, architects of global change, and advocates for social justice. I feel privileged to count myself among the schools of one night. Two shakes, Mary Cale. I was a third-year law student in Mason Law School. And now what? I plan to get a 3-year experience in New York City. And return to Vermont to hang out and shave. My Italian. Not too late. She has that. It's sort of a cuco. Literally. Not all donuts come out of the oven with a hole. 3 years in Italy. Life does not always turn out as planned. New York Times published the top 100 New York City law firms. 1976. You will not attend the top established law school. The chance to get a job at the top 100 firm was slim to none. I was an idealist, not a realist. Email with statistics. Snail mail with letters. Each tailored to a particular firm. Paperclip resume of every letter. I didn't say it even at the district attorney's office. Stamp was 13 cents. Postage $13 for 13 cents. Hypercophobia. Radical fear, number 13. Because it's considered unlucky. As an aside, I bought those stamps. Somewhere at the South Royalton Post Office. Established 103 years ago on October 1, 123 years ago on October 1, 1903. 101 letters mailed out. Like you like it. Like you get your letters arrived. And serious, trying to write to me. Still making interviews for all the show on the top 100 list. That's the Sandy, graduated partners associate. I'm a Washington, assistant in our office. Chairman of the hiring committee. We use both East River and Skyline. This was an interrogation. It was an intimate conversation. Learned, we made me tick. Curiosity. Asked a lot of questions and learned. The chairman of the grandfather in the dairy farm was Franklin County, Vermont. More than this farm is possible. My life on my love. I got a job. I bought 2 sleeping pieces of suits. That's rent. Rent is mandatory. Some breakfast for yourself. In the summer, I was dispatched for my store show in Vermont, Mississippi. The church to cancel stock certificates. I was in a 6-story corrugated metal warehouse. Outside, the temperature was 97 degrees. Inside, industrial fans blew hot air away. There was salt levels of paper on the wall. I was at the 42nd floor. It was hot. The stock certificates were stored in wooden crates, crawling with worms. I had a job to do. I shed my suitcase, cuffs, and towel. My shirt was already sweating, but those same worms clung to my sleeves. The newly minted Wall Street lawyer had been humbled. I could not take a selfie to commemorate the moment. The iPhone had not been invented. Steve Jobs founded Apple in his garage earlier in the year. Microsoft first registered as a corporation in 1976. These 2 companies caused the seismic societal shift. AI is now profoundly reshaping our reality. Through music, through religion, job items, to someone who's AI proficient. AI will make you more productive, but don't allow it to erase your passion that will tell you the core values of your own humanity. Back in Wall Street, I achieved my greatest success. I introduced my Vermont law classmate Arthur Goldstein to a firm paralegal. Susan and Russell were happily married for 48 years. a chance with my dream job, I came to the slow realization that it would take me from the college school home and it would be experience I needed to return to Vermont and Wall Street. I turned litigation bags into the courtroom. Junior partners and senior associates argued the motions. I wrote research memos. My senior lawyers used my research to write the briefs and argue the cases. Every case was settled. Nothing ever went to trial. I wanted to be part of this. I wanted to cross-examine witnesses until they broke down on the stand and confessed. I went to see the chairman. I was thankful I was for the opportunity, but I wanted to be a trial lawyer. What a man. Picked up the phone and told Manhattan District Attorney Robert Morgenthau I was soon to become assistant district attorney, and the officer did not grant me an interview at Vermont Law School. 6 months later, I was second chair in homicide trial, questioning witnesses, and then at arguments in the court, I was a real lawyer. Another year passed. I was lead counsel to racketeering case, prosecuting members of the Gambino crime family. I was living law and order in London. And one day I saw it. And advertised with the New York Law Journal. Like Moonlight Graham on the family park scoreboard in Field of Dreams, Size Paget presented up before my eyes. I was very environmental law bookkeeping assistant looking for an associate. Trial experience. David Fowles, the father of environmental law, grew up in Brooklyn. He fell under the spell of the wild in college while hiking the Adirondack Mountains. Storm King Mountain rises in the west bank of the Hudson River. It is a place of breathtaking natural beauty. David taught 17 years college to keep a hydroelectric plant from being constructed on the mountain. United States Court of Appeals judges James L. Oates and Cheryl R. Warren of Vermont participated in the case. Both later became members of the Vermont Law School Board of Trustees. John Warren served as president. When asked about his contributions to school, Judge Warren would say, I contributed everything to dignity. Modesty is surely eminent to dignity. Judge Warren's contributions were substantial. He, along with Dean Thomas Weatherhorn, guided the school for a brief history of its tournament when Dex Farr city Essex and exposed Timothy as the Bible was through. I got the side package on. What a first. The club is for key mentors. Every matter I worked on was an educational experience. Why does such the argument this way? Wouldn't this be more effective? Why does kids like this not just rewrite the paragraph and out would come the red pencil? Every comment, perceived criticism, cast is calculated to make me a better lawyer. Much of my depression grew from more to the partners of Fall Pageant. Years later, the Lord's partner of the top 100 firms that was not great in the interview at Vermont Law School, I came forward to do so in the name of my career. My professional life has been a series of well-timed collaborations, beginning at Vermont Law School. Had I not attended this institution, I would not have had that job on the Wall Street. Without that, I would not have been an assistant district attorney in Manhattan. Without trial experience, I would not have landed at Side Pageant. I became a partner in Pompano Road on the recommendation of Side Pageant partners. I never did return to Vermont and work. Don't call for me. I lived part-time in a small Idaho mountain town near the top of the National Forest. Idaho was my new heaven on earth. The older I get, the more I remember things that never happened. Mark Twain. I am fairly certain that everything I've told you today happened. Now it is your turn to make things happen. Take bold action. Go out into the world. Be catalyst for change. Transform your ideas and dreams into reality. But first, after the ceremony, celebrate. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Joe. I am now pleased to introduce the class speaker, Julia Wickham. Julia has been elected by her classmates to speak on their behalf. Julia is a proud Iowan turned New Englander and an engaged member of the Vermont graduate school community. At VLGS, she served in leadership roles across student government, the Vermont Journal of Environmental Law, and the Food and Agricultural Law Society, while also competing in national meat court, working in environmental and food systems clinics, and developing a strong focus on antitrust law through student initiatives that earned her an ABA scholarship and regional recognition. Deeply connected to South Royalton through local work on a weekly community radio show, Julia now looks forward to beginning her legal career as a litigation associate with Lindsay P.C. in Burlington, Vermont. Please join me in welcoming Julia Wickham.
Thank you, Chair Berger. Hello all, and welcome to the beautiful South Royalton, Vermont. Before I moved here, I sometimes found it easier to explain where I was headed as a small, private law school located just outside of Boston. But as many of you know from traveling to be here today, it's a little harder to get through than, say, Cambridge. So I really appreciate you all being here, and I am so glad you all made it. As many of you know, it takes many people to get to where we are today. I would like to thank our friends, our family, our partners, you all have listened to us worry about finals, and I'm still not sure I understand property. And you have listened to us rant about appellate advocacy briefs, and I think some of us might even cry over those, maybe just me. Thank you. I'd also like to thank the Board of Trustees, faculty, and staff here at VLGS. You all have invested in us, challenged us, and inspired us in countless ways these last 3 years. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you. Everyone I just named is part of what makes this community so special, so tight-knit, along with my classmates, who are truly an extraordinary group of people for many reasons. First, it takes a special person to decide to dedicate, in many instances, 3 years of their life to living in rural Vermont, studying law at an institution known for its dedication to public service and environmental law, or to decide to earn another degree online while juggling full-time family and work commitments. And maybe more importantly, my classmates are not extraordinary just because of the degrees they are about to earn or all of the work that they have accomplished. They are extraordinary because of the community that they have built together here. Let's Grow Urban at Orbe is a long graduate school motto, and I had to check on the Latin pronunciation with my grandfather last night, who, lucky for me, studied Latin in Catholic school. Let's Grow Urban at Orbe means law for the community and the world. And as my wonderful partner Andrew pointed out, community comes first. Honestly, no class embodies this better than the class of 2026. Our law school experience is made of hundreds of small, shared moments that demonstrate just how special this place is, even outside the classroom. Moments like seeing Joseph Repark on his daily walk through town. It's the consistent emails from Emily Dwight and Kaya Mark. It's grabbing a copy from Alyssa or Yusuf over at Barrister's. It's knowing you'll likely see a pair of best friends, whether it be Phoebe and Reagan, Julian and Liliana, Matthew and Drew, Katie and Maya, Camille and Maddie, or probably Katie and Tilly and I, Walking through campus or down by the river. It's grabbing a coffee for a classmate before a meeting and realizing that you and me over at first base already know that classmate's order. Joe Anderson's coffee order, by the way, is a large honey latte with regular milk. Anyone wants to buy him a coffee? Beyond those small routines, it's the way that we've shown up for each other when it really mattered. We've sent notes when someone wasn't able to make it to class. We've driven friends to doctor's appointments and grocery runs over to West Lebanon. We've checked in on each other during difficult weeks or just really strange meetings. And we've sent encouraging notes to each other when someone is absolutely crushing it. And all of these daily acts of care and routines have built a real community. South Burlington, as you may have noticed, is small. I grew up in a small town called Peoria, Iowa, and like South Burlington, there was no stoplights, and it was full of small local idiosyncrasies, like having to be extra careful crossing one particular street and spotty Wi-Fi. My entire family was raised in small towns in Iowa and Wisconsin. They have been dedicated, lifelong community members their entire lives as public school teachers, rural veterinarians, civil servants, and farmers, and I am so proud of them. And I've always felt lucky to be a small town kid because it taught me certain things, like how to show up for your neighbors, how to respect differences, and how to rely on one another when things are going great or not so great. And those same small town values exist here too. They shape this town, and they shape the entire culture of Vermont Law and Graduate School. We have gotten to know, respect, and lean on each other here in a way that many other law school environments don't foster. We've been dancing constantly, from that first bus ride trip during orientation up to the State House, to many DJ nights over at Crossroads. Fun fact, South Burlington has the most DJs per capita. To our last everythings, Swan Ball, Bela, bonfires behind the apartments, and here we are now at graduation. We celebrate our smallness, our pluck, and our radicalness. And I don't mean radical in the sense of extremist tree huggers. If that's your thing, totally go for it. But the term radical is derived from a Latin word, more Latin, radic, which means rooted. The class of 2026 is deeply rooted to each other, both in and out of the classroom, and I celebrate that. Anthropologist Margaret Mead is often credited by saying, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has." Vermont Law and Graduate School proves that small, deeply rooted communities matter, and they are essential for us as soon-to-be advocates. And by being part of this small, special institution, I consider all of you small-town kids just like me, which means wherever you go next, whether it's D.C., Boston, New York, Chicago, Alaska, shout out to Maddie, wherever he's at, you carry with you the lessons of the LGS and of South Burlington, how to build a community, how to care for things that matter, and how to show up for others. I am incredibly proud of my class. And I'm proud of Vermont Law and Graduate School for proving for 50 years that you really can live out let's go urban and urban, balance for the community and the world. Thank you. And congratulations, class of 2026. You're all amazing.
Thank you, Julie. We have a small gift for you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Gus McCormick, Dean of the Law School of Vermont Law and Graduate School. Dean McCormick.
we will now present awards to members of the graduating class and to members of our Vermont Law and Graduate School community. Descriptions of the awards may be found in the commencement program immediately following the order of exercises. It is my honor to first present the Learned Hand Award for Academic Excellence, established by the late Honorable Sherry Waterman, the second chair of the Vermont Law School Board of Trustees, and for many years a colleague of Judge Hand on the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. Beginning this year, it is awarded to two graduates, one from the residential JD program and one from the online hybrid JD program, with the highest cumulative grade point average within their respective program and representative of those who have striven for academic excellence. We presented the inaugural OHJD Learned Hand Award to Andrew Larson at a celebration held last November. Andrew received academic excellence awards in contracts, legal writing through evidence, torts, criminal law, constitutional criminal procedure, applied criminal justice, and animal law. He served as a staff editor on Volume 49 of the Vermont Law Review and Vermont Journal of Environmental Law, which is now being selected for publication. All of this while serving as a teaching assistant and academic success mentor. He has already passed the bar exam and is working with the public defender in the Western region of North Carolina. I believe Andrew is joining us online, so please join me in congratulating him. Representing our residential JD students, I am thrilled to report that Ben Albertson is this year's recipient. Ben, will you please come to the stage? Ben will graduate with a Juris Doctor today. He is a standout student whose dedication and enthusiasm have made a lasting impression at Vermont Law and Graduate School. Ben is not only the recipient of multiple academic excellence awards in property law, criminal law, legal writing, and evidence, but is also a leader serving as president of the Christian Law Fellowship, co-captain of the Fighting Swans hockey team, and head notes editor for the Vermont Journal of Environmental Law. Ben brings energy to every project, whether drafting legal briefs at the Missouri Attorney General's office, researching renewable energy policy, or organizing meetings to keep his colleagues informed. His commitment extends beyond academics. He is also an active community volunteer and passionate outdoorsman. After graduation, Ben will spend this next year working for the Connecticut Superior Court, and he will sit for the Connecticut Bar. He plans to build his career around his interest in environmental and energy law, as well as in public service. Today, as you receive this prestigious academic award, Ben, we also celebrate your kindness, your steady leadership, and the positive energy you bring into every room. Congratulations, Ben. The next award is named in honor of the much-loved and esteemed former dean, Maximilian Kempner. The Kempner Award was established by the Board of Trustees to honor Max on his retirement as dean. It recognizes the graduating student who, by personal example, exemplifies the attributes demonstrated by Max: competence, integrity, respect, fair-mindedness, and public service. This year's award winner is Kaya Mark. Talk about you as you walk up here. Kaya embodies the qualities that this award celebrates. As president of the Student Bar Association during a particularly challenging year, she became a steady and trusted voice for students across both residential and online programs. She approached difficult conversations with humility and clarity, ensuring her peers felt heard while working collaboratively with faculty and administrators. Even in moments of tension, Kaya modeled stability, thoughtful leadership, always focusing on solutions to strengthen the community. Her impact extends well beyond the SBA. whether fostering inclusion as president of APALSA, contributing with discipline and professionalism as the articles editor of both the Vermont Law Review and the Vermont Journal of Environmental Law, or distinguishing herself in moot court. Kaya consistently led by example. She treated others with respect, carried her responsibilities with quiet dedication, and grounded her work in service to the institution. Kaya Mark is exactly the kind of graduate the Maximilian Kempner Award was created to honor, and her contributions have left a meaningful and lasting mark on Vermont law and graduate school. Please join me in congratulating Kaya Mark as the recipient of the 2026 It is now my pleasure to introduce Coleman Kanaka, JD16, who will be presenting the Lex Pro Urbe et Orbe Award. Cole is an elected alumni representative on the VLGS Board of Trustees and serves as the VLGS Alumni Association Development Committee Chair. He is Director in the Public Finance section at Coach Rose PC Law in Austin, Texas. It is my pleasure to welcome to the podium Cole Kanaka.
Good morning, graduating class of 2026. It's a great pleasure to be with you. 10 years ago, I was sitting in the same chairs that you are sitting in today. Since 2018, I've had the privilege of serving on the Alumni Association Board of Directors and now serve as an alumni representative to the Board of Trustees. The Lex Pro Urbe et Orbe Award is presented by the Alumni Association to a graduating student who has enriched both the VLGS community and the broader world through service, leadership, and a demonstrated commitment to others. It recognizes someone who not only excels academically, but who shows genuine respect, kindness, and care for their peers, faculty, and community. Today, I have the honor of presenting the 2026 Lex Pro Urbe et Orbe Award to Nikita Fralin. Following Dean McCormick, I will also speak a little bit about you while you're up here. Nikita is graduating from the Vermont Law Graduate School today with a JD. He has a long track record of service, public engagement, and community leadership. From environmental justice work in Austin, Texas, to supporting individuals who are navigating the criminal justice system through her externship with the Georgia Justice Project. On campus, her leadership has left a lasting mark. As president of the Black Law Student Association, she not only strengthened the organization, but also created a more intensive sense of belonging for students of color. Her leadership style is grounded, people-centered, and genuinely inclusive. She has reshaped the student experience for many and has shown what it means to be a SLAW. Congratulations.
Upon the retirement of President and Dean Jeff Fields in 2012, a group of trustees and donors established a fund to honor Jeff and his wife Julie's commitment to the school. The Jeff and Julie Fields Prize was created as an annual award that is given to a member of the community who has made a unique contribution to the culture of philanthropy at Vermont Law Graduate School. I'm happy to announce that former trustee Karen Freeman is this year's recipient of the Fields Prize. Of course, my Karen was unable to be here today. She graduated from Vermont Law School in 1983 and went on to build a distinguished career in estate planning, probate, and trust administration and taxation. After earning her degree, she completed an LLM in taxation at the University of Miami. Beyond her legal work, Karen has long been a dedicated community leader, and a steady and generous presence. She served 6 years on the Alumni Association Board and acted as a regional chair for the capital campaign. For the past decade, she has brought her thoughtful, understated leadership to the Board of Trustees, inspiring fellow members to support the school with the same commitment she models. A former investment committee chair, she also played a key role this year in launching the Chase Center initiative, helping raise more than $300,000 to revitalize the central gathering space on campus. Karen's generosity, warmth, service, and quiet leadership have left a lasting imprint on the BLGS community. Congratulations, Karen. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dan Bromberg, Dean of the Graduate School of Vermont Law and Graduate School.
It is my honor to introduce you to our commencement speaker, Abigail Dillon. Abigail Dillon is the president of Earth Justice, the world's largest nonprofit public interest environmental law organization, and Earth Justice Action, which is focused on securing fair courts and strong environmental laws. She leads over 650 staff in harnessing the power of law to protect the environment and people's health in the U.S. and internationally. Dillon joined Earth Justice in 2000, and initially focusing on public lands and ecosystem protection. She founded Earth Justice Coal Program, and then served as its managing attorney, which played a core role in backing coal out of the U.S. power mix. She went on to serve as the organization's first vice president of litigation for climate and energy, leading the organization's litigation and advocacy to drive the essential shift to clean energy economy. Her work is premised on a disciplined insistence that lawyers and policymakers have an essential role to play in creating a safer and more just world on a healing planet. And Abby takes time to truly enjoy the planet. She's a genuine outdoors person, binoculars always in hand, ready for whatever bird, landscape, or small wonder might cross her path. Her creativity runs just as deep, especially in the way she brings scenes to life through her hand-drawn artwork. Abby received her BA from Yale University and her law degree from the University of California. Please come to the stage, Abigail.
Thank you so much, Dean Bromberg, Dean McCormick, Chair Berger. Thank you, Ms. Wickham. A special thanks to the warm welcome I've received from Chief of Staff Folger and Chair Contran. We have so many fancy titles and hats that I've been unable to master. It is a tremendous honor to be here, this milestone anniversary of this great school. And to be here on this very momentous day for all of you in these front rows. As I was thinking about what I could say today that might be of use, I realized I should know more about how you think about how to frame the mission of BLGS. So I went to your website, and as you probably know, the very first thing you see on your landing page is a call to action. It says, become a catalyst for change. Why? In exactly those words is my forever inspiration for myself and for Earth Justice, which is the organization where I've been lucky to work for the last 26 years. So hear me when I say I'm very relieved to receive this honorary degree, even though I can't rock the hat apparently. And very, very, very proud to be here celebrating all of your hard-earned degrees and the promise that all of you hold for community on the world. You made the right choice filling in with the change agents, because even if you wanted just to be your best self following the time-honored path, I don't believe that's a thing anymore. I don't have to tell you that we are hitting all kinds of tipping points for our planet, and the consequences will continue to accelerate over our lifetimes. However artificial intelligence develops, however it is governed or not, it will change human work and therefore society in profound ways that even its developers can't begin to predict. Our democracy is backsliding, not landsliding, and that's not only in the U.S., it's the case in countries around the world. And the world order, if that's really an appropriate phrase, of the last 18 years is gone. And the next geopolitical arrangements are TBD. So we know we're not the first people to live in tumultuous times. But in this new weather, I think our species is having a new collective experience. I feel it in my bones, perhaps more accurately in my soft tissue. And I can imagine you do too. It's a very human response to downplay this feeling and to hope that it will go away. And honestly, I relate to that sometimes. But there is another human response to rise to challenges and protect and nurture what we love. We see how capacious and practical that love can be in the everyday facts of hospitals and fire stations, of libraries, and schools, including this mission-driven school, in doing all the work that your degrees reflect. You have deliberately prepared yourselves to work in service, to see and understand big problems, and to act, to solve them. Not just to weather change, but to catalyze them. Working in our sectors these days, I get a lot of grave how are you? As in, no, how are you? I think people want to know the basics. How hard is this administration coming at us? Whether the lawsuits are working or not? How much we and all of us are losing? Whether the damage can ever be repaired? The question is genuinely, are you okay? But it's also, are we okay? And I think the subtitle is always, are you okay? So my new standing answer to this intense how are you is, am I true? That's sort of Nelly kind of thing. Look, which one is it? How many more are the attacks on Earth's justice, and even on our planet, serious, causing destruction, but they are manageable so far. But everyone in this room needs to know, and I assume you do, the weaponization of the Justice Department and the cooperation of the majority in Congress should alarm everyone to the maximum. The lawsuits are working. Lawyers are following them. We're following them more than ever in our justice. And judges of all political stripes and ideologies are doing their jobs. But when it matters most, when the stakes are highest, this Supreme Court is reaching down faster than it ever has into the lower courts, and not only accepting, but advancing the precedent's abuse of power. And I meet many people who say, on the basis perhaps of the tariff decisions, but it seems like things are shaping up. No, they're not. What we stand to lose in this time is incalculable. Already, we are losing time, and that will cause irreparable damage. But we are the weak case, and we are stopping so many bad things, and that will continue. So are we okay? No, not yet. Am I afraid? Yes, very. But I am also activated like I have never been before, and my guess is you are too. Am I right? The Pulitzer Prize just went to Jill for We the People, which if it weren't too big and having to fit my tickets, I would be marshalling in this way because it is a must read. It makes an irresistible, well-constructed, popular case for the necessity of constitutional amendment, which for my entire lifetime has been presumed to be out of reach. Now we are talking about them as an imperative. We, the collective we, and the we of our justice, are giving new life to doctrines that were taught to me as factors, the public trust doctrine, state constitutional rights to a clean and healthy environment, the Islam recognized international human rights to a clean and healthy environment. We are bringing the historic opinion of the International Court of Justice to bear in actual judgments of law. So many smart new policies are finding their way into law, all for climate superstars as a shining example. I'm going to insert a little footnote here. If you all are paying great attention to preempting, please start with me on your hopefully can. This time is creating the imperative and therefore the space to reimagine government. When have we had more conversations about how government can deliver its form? And we are looking at law reform no longer as a Sunday aspiration, but as an urgent, today, priority, and the smartest, most practical people are rolling up their sleeves and thinking about how we do this. And you know what? Smart people in congressional offices and state houses are saying, 10 years hurry up, for instance. Having looked at the limitations of old laws for many years now, I'm excited to talk to them. Having spent so much time suing the government and genuinely wanted to work better. Having watched the erosion of support year over year for environmental regulation, I am beyond ready to catalyze the new politics that can produce a new and improved social contract so that we have justice in this country and we can survive and thrive for the next century and beyond. At this very moment, under this very tent, I'm so excited to be at this school that is uniting law and policy with the correct practical emphasis on real-world results. You are in the right place for what you have to do next. For people who want to make change in the world, this is the time for that, and you are those people. So as you set out to do important, purpose-driven work of many kinds, I'm going to take this platform you've given me to offer 3 exhortations. And the first is, let's please be thoughtful about avoiding what isn't happening. Even as people are feeling the pain of a lawless government, there is still an ascendant narrative that laws and regulations are our problem. Your training gives you the skills to explain and demonstrate why deregulation is not a prescription for achieving abundance of social goods. People are better at everything, including innovation, when there are some effective and fair rules in place. Second, always remember, it's our job to seek the truth. Really, genuinely seek the truth. And to tell the truth. The habits of legal inquiry, whether you are getting a JD today or whether you are getting a master's, have never been more important. To be able to persuade, you actually have to understand. And to understand, you have to doubt that you are right. And you have to wonder what is right and what your opponents are saying to you. And the rigor of fact-based, evidence-bearing legal work is what we need in all things. It's not enough to just have an opinion that is leads through intuition or bias. We need to speak in facts, and we need to understand what's wrong with our position. In the process of doing that, there's two things. It engages us in open inquiry. I have never actually been in a litigated proceeding where I did not come to deeply respect and like and even enjoy my opposing counsel. Things are a little less civil though these days. I don't know that that's always true, but it is a model and it's one that we need now outside of litigation proceedings. And the other thing it does, when you work so hard to reach a true assessment of what's going on and what the remedy is, you can stand in it no matter what winds come at you. 2 years ago, we had a president who was committed to climate action, non-employment approach, and to environmental justice. And now we are in a situation where a new president says those things are un-American. And a lot of people are being very quiet about that, making the assessment that it will hurt them to say the things that they were saying just 2 years ago. And I will tell you, our justice, we know what our truth is. And we are saying it. And we have never had more support, and we have never been stronger. Trust your truth. I lifted up this passage that I happen to be reading in a George Saunders book about his short story class. And I had to share it with our community of justice, and I want to share it with you. George Saunders has been wrongly assailed as just a guru of kindness. He's better than that. He's more than that. The world is full of people with agendas, trying to persuade us to act on their behalf, fight and die on their behalf, oppress others on their behalf. But inside us is what Hemingway called a built-in shock-proof fit detector. How do we know something is fit? We watch the way the deep, honest part of our mind reacts to it. And that part of the mind is the one reading, writing, and without argument, responding into shortness. AI will never do that for you. Don't begin to let it. Third, embrace this labor of love that you are choosing. Because the recompense for a labor of love is love. I will love a rom-com so much more than the next person. But I will tell you, sitting in a folding chair at 7 o'clock in the evening, a public hearing, windowless room, mad, people with grievances, someone stands up at the podium, and you think, everyone I've been waiting for. That's the kind of destiny that you never get over. One of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs has his lyrics. When I fall in love with you, I think it will be forever. And that articulation always confuses my husband, the one that is. But I know it's about public interest work. And I think Julia's remarks show that you have already found one of the greatest loves of all. And there's something bigger, of course, than the idea of the beloved community that you are serving. And so never forget, that's what this is all about. Wherever you find yourself, whether it's a firm or an NGO like mine, don't forget that you are making your own lifelong love story and look back and be proud about your choices. And along the way, you will doubt yourself. This work is hard. It's hard now. It will be hard for you over the foreseeable future. But you will wonder whether you can make a difference So find those touchdowns for yourself that you come back to over and over again. I'm going to give one to you that was given to me by my friends Elizabeth Johnson and Catherine Wilkinson in their anthology, All We Can Say. This is Adrian Rich. My heart is moved by all I cannot say. So much has been destroyed. I have to cast my lot with those who age after age, perversely, with no extraordinary power, reconstitute the world. Congratulations, guys, for 2026. Good luck.
Thank you, Andy. You are an inspiration to us all. Why don't you please come back and join me up here? I will now present the candidates for the degree of Doctors of Laws, honoris causa. Dean McCormick and Chair Berger, please join me. Abigail Gilman, we recognize and honor your commitment to the environment, climate, and clean energy, and the impact you have made on the world through your advocacy. Therefore, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Vermont Law and Graduate School, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and I welcome you to all of the honors, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. It is my pleasure to present the second honorary degree of today's ceremony to VLGS's very own Professor David Firestone. Professor David Firestone has been part of the VLGS story since 1973, bringing his sharp mind, dry wit, and deep expertise in everything from environmental law to contracts and income taxation to generations of students. It is only fitting that Professor Firestone will be honored here today, having overseen the graduating classes of 1976 and 2026, and all of those in between, a span of over 50 years. Professor Firestone has shaped minds and inspired generations, a legacy that goes beyond the pages of any syllabus. Some highlights include legendary classroom antics, chalk has been known to fly, accuracy options, cold calling mastery, no mistakes, not even in the background, signature look, jeans plus flat shirt equals so iconic that his classroom dresses him for Halloween. Famous line, I think this is my favorite. There are answers that deserve a response, and there are ones that do not. Yours is the latter. A mechanical engineer turned Harvard trade lawyer, he arrived in Vermont after stints at Douglas Aircraft and the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and quickly became a cornerstone of the faculty. Over the decades, he's taken VLGS's name around the world, lecturing everywhere from Madagascar to London to India, while advising governments, teaching judges, and even keynoting international conferences. Through it all, he's remained a steady and generous presence on our own campus, shaping the school's environmental law identity long before it was fashionable, and leaving an imprint that's as global as it is deeply local. Therefore, by the virtue of the authority vested in me, by the Board of Trustees of Vermont Law and Graduate School, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and I welcome you to all the honors, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. wasn't going to say anything other than thank you. But I have to. So first of all, let me say the thank you to the school for the honorary degree. But really, the honor that's been bestowed upon me by this school has been the privilege of teaching thousands of graduates about law, and it's truly been for me a wonderful experience. Not only do I thank you for the degree, I thank you for that opportunity over all the years. But when I said I wasn't going to say anything, I think I have to. And that's second some of the comments that were made by earlier speakers. Times have never been this tough for this country, for the people of this country, for the real people of this country, as they are now. I haven't seen it. I would just add one thing to the words, preserve and defend democracy, preserve and defend the rule of law. I ask you to think one step deeper than rule of law and ask what the law is. And as I'm sitting here, I hope not I'm living too much. Sitting here, I think about rule of law. I go back to George Orwell and Animal Farm, where the rule of law was all animals were created equal. So somebody changed the law. He said all animals are created equal. But pigs are more equal. Think about it in terms of the rule of law. We need the rule of law, but we need the right law. And we can't make it so that the law does a wrong thing. Thank you very much.
I now ask all of the graduates who are here today to please stand. Chair Berger, on behalf of the faculty of the Vermont Law and Graduate School, I present to you all of the candidates graduating today. These include candidates for Executive Master of Environmental Policy, Master of Animal Protection Policy, Master of Arts in Restorative Justice, Master of Climate and Environmental Policy, Master of Energy Regulation and Law, Master of Environmental Law and Policy, Master of Food and Agricultural Law and Policy, Master of Legal Studies, Master of Public Policy, Master of Laws in American Legal Studies, Master of Laws in Animal Law, Master of Laws in Energy Law, Master of Laws in Environmental Law, Master of Laws in Food and Agriculture Law, and Juris Doctor and Juris Doctor. Chair Berger.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Vermont Law and Graduate School, I hereby confer upon you the degree or degrees listed after your name, and I welcome you to all of the honors, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Graduates, please be seated. We will now call your names in groups by degree. Please come to the platform as each degree is presented and your name is read. I invite Dean of Students and Professor of Law, Stephanie Clark, to read the names of our graduates.
Kristen Clark, Executive Master of Environmental Policy with Distinction. Cassidy Card, Master of Animal Protection Policy. Joseph Ravine, Master of Arts in Restorative Justice. Rachel Nicole Cochran, Master of Arts in Restorative Justice with distinction. Caitlin Kiva, Master of Arts in Restorative Justice with distinction. Yasmin Terkel, Master of Climate and Environmental Policy. Sarah Moore, Master of Climate and Environmental Policy with distinction. Megan Elizabeth Parmentier, Master of Climate and Environmental Policy. Maria Alexandra Fuentes, Master of Legal Studies. Lindsay Mizuko, Master of Legal Studies. Erica Zoff, Master of Food and Agricultural Law and Policy. Ruth Ellen Green, Master of Food and Agricultural Law and Policy. Mama Teema Sofana, Master of Laws in American Legal Studies. Shirel Bokapta, Master of Laws in American Legal Studies. Howard L. Housley, Jr., Master of Laws in Environmental Law with distinction. Harry Mark Cohen, Master of Laws in Energy Law. Genevieve Byrne, Master of Laws in Energy Law with distinction. Jane Allie McNeil, Master of Laws in Animal Law with distinction. Evan Taylor, Juris Doctor. Bradley Austin Edison, Juris Doctor. Sterling Eco, Juris Doctor. Riley Anne-Marie Veloso, Juris Doctor. Julian Patino, Juris Doctor. Whitney Octavia Wilson, Juris Doctor. Liliana Segura, Juris Doctor. Jose Guadalupe Aguirre Morales, Juris Doctor. Brenna Young, Juris Doctor, Master of Arts in Restorative Justice with distinction. Rena Garcia, Juris Doctor, Master of Animal Protection Policy with distinction. Johnny Marino, Juris Doctor, Master of Energy Regulation and Law with distinction. Kelly Sigelnik, Juris Doctor, cum laude, Master of Climate and Environmental Policy with distinction. Julia Wickham, Juris Doctor. Matthew McGovern, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Drew Collins, Juris Doctor. Eric Grimes, Juris Doctor. Thomas Wilmart, Juris Doctor. Arabella Blanc, Juris Doctor. Megan Elizabeth Kennedy, Juris Doctor. Haley Battle Gambino, Juris Doctor. Emily Pritchard, Juris Doctor, cum laude. John Stockham, Lumayu Wuski Sukwa, Juris Doctor, Master of Energy Regulation and Law. Carlos Arias, Juris Doctor. Kelly Bell, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. Gabriella Peterson, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Cyril LeGrave, Juris Doctor. Linka Johnson, Juris Doctor. Amanda Sewell, Juris Doctor. Catherine Stapleton, Juris Doctor. Ariana Richmond, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. Jessica Smith, Juris Doctor. Kristen Paterno, Juris Doctor. Joe Anderson, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Merrick Turovsky, Juris Doctor, cum laude, Master of Energy Regulation and Law with distinction. Emmanuel Ademi, Juris Doctor. Alexander Bernard Jones, Juris Doctor. Christian Smith, Juris Doctor. Thomas Stanford, Juris Doctor. Benjamin Albertson, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude. Ian Lopez, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude, Master of Energy Regulation and Law with distinction. Ross Hashimi, Juris Doctor. Gage Johnson, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Myrna Hannah, Juris Doctor. Courtney Siders, Juris Doctor. Tia Monet Jones, Juris Doctor. Joy Stanton, Juris Doctor. Kylie Mays, Juris Doctor. Marilyn Amy Lopez, Juris Doctor. Thomas Michael Tucker, Juris Doctor. Aubrey Hopkins, Juris Doctor. Nicholas Pellegrini, Juris Doctor. Emily Kawaki, Juris Doctor. Cassidy McMahon, Juris Doctor, Master of Climate and Environmental Policy with distinction. Benjamin Beheimer, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. Joseph Lepak, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude, Master of Energy Regulation and Law with distinction. Isabella Marie Mangano, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Phoebe Psychowski, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Mary Reagan Clark, Juris Doctor. Tracy Sharkey Collins, Juris Doctor. Catherine Spring, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude, Master of Energy Regulation and Law with distinction. Maya Schmeling, Juris Doctor. Emily Dwight, Juris Doctor, cum laude, Master of Energy Regulation and Law with distinction. Nikaija Fralin, Juris Doctor. Victoria Balboa, Juris Doctor, Master of Energy Regulation and Law. Michaela Loveland, Juris Doctor. Alyssa Gunnison, Juris Doctor, Master of Energy Regulation and Law. Colette Evangelista, Juris Doctor, Master of Arts in Restorative Justice with distinction. Laura Herman, Juris Doctor, Master of Animal Protection Policy. Natalie Schaefer, Juris Doctor, Master of Climate and Environmental Policy with distinction. Kaya Mark, Juris Doctor, cum laude, Master of Climate and Environmental Policy with distinction. Scott Triggy, Juris Doctor, magna cum laude. Meredith Grace Lalamia, Juris Doctor. Camille King, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Maddie DeMorango, Juris Doctor, Master of Energy Regulation and Law. Amanda Clark, Juris Doctor. Riley Jones, Juris Doctor. Yusuf Ajiri, Juris Doctor, Master of Arts in Restorative Justice. Ryan Cialone, Juris Doctor. Catherine Scott, Juris Doctor. Anthony J. Pasquarello, Juris Doctor. Emily Lindahl, Juris Doctor. Taylor Hella, Juris Doctor. Yasmina Zainoun Zalamar, Juris Doctor. Marisol Garcia, Juris Doctor, Master of Public Policy. Leah Wheel, Juris Doctor, cum laude, Master of Arts in Restorative Justice with distinction. Audrey Knapp, Juris Doctor. Olivia Moulton, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Auburn Snifter, Juris Doctor, cum laude. Anna Van Roy, Juris Doctor. Marley Beach, Juris Doctor. Dennis Lasichinook, Juris Doctor. Abigail J. Anna LeBrun, Juris Doctor. Zane Buckminster, Juris Doctor. Christina Michelle Williams, Juris Doctor. Vincent Invergo, Juris Doctor. Ella Tinney, Juris Doctor, Master of Arts in Restorative Justice. Morgan Leilani Frank, Juris Doctor. Jennifer Colleen Radke, Juris Doctor. Maria E. Smirzinski, Juris Doctor. Ashley Mejia, Juris Doctor. Krista Worth, Juris Doctor, summa cum laude.
Members of the faculty, staff, board of trustees, alumni, families, and friends, please recognize with your applause the achievements and distinctions of Vermont Law Graduate School's 50th graduating class, the class of 2026. Dean McCormick will now give closing remarks.
50 years ago, on June 5th, 1976, on this green where we now gather, our first class graduated. On that day, student valedictorian Frederick King DeMonaco delivered the student address. His words conveyed that this school, from the beginning, was driven by a vision larger than itself. He said, "There is a need for greatness, and if there's going to be greatness, what better institution than Vermont Law School? There is a unique chemistry at work at this place. The school should be an inspiration and a lesson to the rest of our nation in this bicentennial year. This school was conceived in a vision of greatness. We have not yet fulfilled our motto, let's grow urban and orbe, law for the community and the world. I hope that in the future we will. 50 years later, the call to greatness into let's grow urban and orbe has taken root in this place and in you, class of 2026, in the many ways you show up for each other, your community, and the world. With the help of our faculty, here are some examples. There is greatness in Ella, whose legendary positivity inspired us to strive to be more optimistic. There is greatness in Jessica and our other student parents and caregivers, who reminded us of the extraordinary resilience that law and graduate school students carry quietly every day. There was greatness at the Intersectionality and Environmental Law Symposium in April, and at the many other debates, lectures, auctions, drag shows, and events that enriched our campus this year. There was greatness in our first graduating class of our online hybrid JD students, who showed us that the community spirit of VLGS never needed the buildings or physical space. There was greatness in Ben, who reminded us that it is never too early to start celebrating Christmas, and that civil procedure is better than contracts. There is greatness in the 9 inaugural master's capstone students who work to solve problems like food insecurity and water scarcity, and presented their impactful work to peers, faculty, and staff. There is greatness in Arabella, Camille, Kate, and Joseph, the Debevoise Moot Court competition finalists, who the Vermont Supreme Court said were the best they'd ever seen, in part because they seem to be having fun. There is greatness in Natasha, who leads the school better than she found it, directly challenging administration to better support our students. There is greatness in the students in the Environmental Advocacy Clinic, who fought courageously and tirelessly for a safer, greener future, even when the chainsaws came for environmental protection. There is greatness in the students who went from here to the global stage, from attending top conferences to conducting research in China, Europe, and Cuba, to learning about reconciliation in Northern Ireland, connecting South Burlington, Vermont, population 458, to the world. There is greatness in this class of 2026. You came to us from 45 states, 5 countries, and 172 undergraduate institutions. You came to us as teachers, trail stewards, farm managers, military service members, musicians, servers, baristas and brewers, coaches, inventors, and authors. You leave us for continued greatness to be PhD students, public defenders, district attorneys, small town and big city lawyers, immigration attorneys, judicial clerks, and leaders of nonprofits. You leave us to become advocates and policymakers, problem solvers, protectors of animals, leaders in justice reform, experts in food systems, pioneers in renewable energy, and warriors for the environment. And in leaving us and live up to the greatness imagined by the first class 50 years ago. Congratulations to our 50th class, the great class of 2026. We will never forget you. You make us and the class of 1976 proud. Their vision of greatness, at once inherited and renewed by you, is now yours to carry into the community and the world. Let's grow urbe at orbe. Thank you.
I'd like to thank our very piper, Benjamin Montrose, class of 2007. Who everyone knows led the procession and the musicians at the Royal Town Hall. members of the Commencement community for their careful planning and preparation for this event, and all members of the staff, the student marshals, and volunteers whose assistance was essential. After the rendition of the national anthem sung by student Elizabeth Schmidt, the bagpiper and the student marshals will lead the academic procession from the tent. I ask the audience to remain in place until the conclusion of the academic procession. The academic procession will proceed back to the campus. Family and friends may follow the procession to the campus where you are invited to join us in greeting the graduates and share refreshments on the back lawn of Double Royce. And now, please stand for the singing of our national anthem.